Welcome back to Chip Theory. Here's another episode on the circle of fifths. Now, the circle of fifths represents a structured way to determine when scales start adding blue chips to them. Okay, it's how you can go from a major or minor scale with all white chips to a scale that includes a single blue chip, two, three, or even more. Um, so here we have a C major scale. This is going to be all white poker chips representing the white keys of a piano keyboard. There are 7 of them, so we have 7 relative positions relative to our keynote here. This would be C, okay? So in C major, we have obviously C, going down our musical alphabet, C, D in second position, E in third position, F in fourth position, G in fifth position, A, and B. Again, C major, having no sharps and no flats in it. So, when we talk about going around a circle of fifths, we're actually talking about a movement or shifting of position for a pattern, the whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half steps. So, what that means is that when we start on the chip for our next key to add one blue chip or one sharp to arrive at the key with one sharp in it, we need to count to the 5th position of C major, C, D, E, F, G is going to be the note in 5th position of C. So what we do is we retain the notes from C, the sharps and flats from C major, and we shift our new key note of G here, giving us G, A, and B, and then we have our C, D, E. And then what happens is that a blue chip is added here to the 7th position, like this. So now, relative to our new key note of G, we have one sharp from the 5th note of C. And it's always added to the note in the 7th position. So now we have one sharp or one blue chip, F sharp. Okay, now we have G, A, B, C, D, E, and F sharp. Remember, C is now in 4th position relative to our new key note of G. When we want to go from a key with one blue chip to the next key with 2 blue chips, we follow the same procedure of counting to the 5th scale tone of G now. G, A, B, C, and D is the 5th note from G. And we retain all the sharps from G major, or F sharp, relative to the new key note. So we have now D, E, and then F sharp now is here in 3rd position from D. And we shift our notes here to D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, and then we're going to add our 2nd sharp here to the 7th position yet again. All the sharps are always added in the 7th position relative to our new key note. So if this is D, our 7th position is C, so C sharp is added 2nd. So now we have 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp, in the position shown here for D major. Again, this procedure is what you follow, going around to the right and adding sharps to the keys. We find the 5th note from our new key note of D. D, E, F sharp, G, and A would be the 5th note of D. And we retain the sharps from D major relative to our new key note here, A. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, and then we add a sharp, or we replace the 7th note with a sharp, or a G sharp, giving us 3 sharps relative to A, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp in these positions. Again, continuing on to the key with 4 sharps, we do the same thing. You find the 5th note of A, B, C sharp, D, and E. You retain 3 sharps from A major. You bring the E, this is our new key note, E. Now you replace now the 7th position with a sharp or a blue chip, like this. This is going to be, the 7th position of E is going to be a D sharp, leaving us 4 blue chips relative to the new key note of E major. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, and D sharp. Again, to achieve the key with 5 blue chips, we simply find the 5th note of E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and B. We retain our 4 blue chips from E major and shift it like so. And we replace the 7th position now, the A, with a sharp, A sharp, always in the 7th position. Now we have B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. And that is how you add sharps to the key signature. Obviously I need some red chips. Okay. Continuing on, if we want to go to the 6th and 7th keys, we count to the 5th note here of B, which is F sharp, B, C, D, E, F sharp. This becomes the new key note. And we shift position here, retaining all of our sharps from B major. We're going to add a sharp here to the 7th note of F sharp, which is going to be an E. So E sharp in 7th position. The reason I'm using a red chip is because it's a white key that has added a sharp to it. That makes it easier to remember. E sharp. The rest are black keys. This is actually a white key. So now you have 6 sharps: F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E sharp. Again, now to achieve the key with all sharps in it, we're going to find the 5th note of F sharp, which is here, C sharp. We shift positions, retaining all 6 sharps from F sharp, like this. And we replace our 7th note with a sharp, B sharp, relative to C sharp. So C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and B sharp. Okay, now that describes the sharp keys going around the circle of fifths to the right through 0 sharps through 7 sharps. Now, let's say we want to subtract a sharp. Okay, we want to go from a key with 7 sharps to a key with 6 sharps. What do you think has to happen? Well, we're going to have to count to the 4th scale degree, because we're actually traveling now left to the other way around the circle of fifths. If we're adding sharps, we're going to the right and counting to the 5th note. If we're subtracting sharps, we're going to be going to the left around and counting to the 4th scale degree. So, to achieve the key with 6 sharps from a key with 7 sharps, we count here from C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp is our 4th scale degree here. We can shift around to F sharp major, like this, and then we subtract the sharp from the 4th position. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and B natural. So again, it's positional dependent. So when we're adding sharps, we're adding them to the 7th position. When we're subtracting sharps, we're subtracting them from the 4th position, from the major. So now we have 6 sharps of F sharp major. When we want to go back to the 5 sharps of B major, we count to the 4th scale degree, which is our B. and we shift around B, C sharp, D sharp, retaining all of our sharps, and then we replace the fourth scale degree now with a natural, or subtract a sharp from this position to achieve 5 sharps. Again, to go back to a key with 4 sharps from here, we have B, C sharp, D sharp, E is our fourth scale degree. This becomes our new key note. We shift positions relative to the new key note, and we change the fourth scale degree to a natural, achieving 4 sharps of E major. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, and D sharp. And you follow the same procedure going around to back to the A. We shift back around to the A, fourth scale degree, and we replace our fourth scale degree here with a natural, which is A, B, the D sharp becomes D natural. This is 3 sharps. Again, the fourth scale degree, A, B, C sharp, D. Like this. And replace the fourth scale degree with a natural to D major. And then G major. Like this. And then back to C major. Like this. Replacing the fourth position sharp with a natural. And that is how you go around the circle, both to the right and to the left, through 7 sharps. Okay, it's the same procedure for the flats, except flats are subtracted from the 7th position and added to the 4th position. So it's opposite for the flats. We'll talk about the flats in another video, separate video, but that's the sharp side for now. That's how you go through your circle of fifths. Again, the sharps are always added in the same order: F, C, G, D, A, E, and B.